This video is brought to you by Simply Safe.
Morning. I see the snow didn't finish blowing itself out overnight. That's disappointing. Get the trucks out, get the blower out, get the planter out, back it in sideways so we can open it up halfway again. It's all a matter of restacking. When it's this cold, I will not leave any of this stuff out overnight because it would be problems. All right. You can probably hear even my throat doesn't like this weather. I've just been hacking up crud for 3 days now. And even my Chevy pickup is broke down. You can see right there, that's not antifreeze. I figured it was because it was coming out of the left front, but it's a line or a fitting leaking that comes through the transmission, assuming somewhere in the cooler. So I was gonna park that in the shed last night to keep it warm and limp it into the dealership today, because you need a special machine to get the oil up into the transmission. You can't just pour it down a dipstick, because the engineer that designed that is a dipstick. But it wouldn't move because it was that low on oil and it was cold, so now it's stuck in front of the shed right in our way. So we're gonna have to get that out of the way, and it's under warranty. They can come tow it. If they don't want to put dipsticks on their machines, they can come tow it. Morning, boys. I gotta get my pickup moved so I can get the tractor in here the way we need it. Those guys are gonna kind of crook the tractor in there sideways, so we got a little bit more room to work. I'm gonna blow a little snow down towards that LP tank because we have an issue with it. I'm really hoping a service guy calls me back soon, because luckily, Seth told me when he got in the yard he could smell LP. My sinuses are so screwed up I didn't smell anything, but I walked down here and there's a pretty obvious spot where we got a leak right now, so we're gonna have to get the snow cleared to be able to get to that some way or another. There, that's not so bad. Now we can kind of get down to it. Right in there. You can see the yellow frost built up there. See it hissing off a little bit. If I close the valve down, first off, I think it's ahead of the valve. So I think it's, gosh, I don't know. I mean, I'll let the professional look at it, but I'm not gonna close that down and stop the heat to the shop right now. He's only 20 miles away, so he should be here soon, but you can, there's the truck with a delivery. Hello. Okay, I got the truck pulled back. He should be able to get to it. I don't have all the snow cleared like I should, but it's right in the yard. He should be able to get to it. Tow truck's coming to get the pickup. Service guy's coming to fix the LP tank. 2 service guys in there with the planter right now, and a delivery off of a truck. Actually got a Polaris generator coming. There he is. I told him not to come in the yard because I don't know if he'd be able to turn that thing around yet or not. As soon as we're done with the planter here tonight, Becky is gonna take the kids down to a hockey tournament, but I'm gonna stay home, finish clearing snow, work on the race car a little bit, get some stuff ready. Just, I feel like I got plenty of stuff going on. Luckily, it isn't exactly rush hour right now. Polaris 6500 generator. I believe it's a long G. I'm back again.
What you got, a new toy?
Not really a toy, like a doomsday prep machine.
Ah.
Yeah, you never know.
I needed one of those this year and didn't have one.
Don't even look at it.
2 inches.
What do you call that? Pinch point?
So that's a contact point.
Contact point.
So that's going to help make that true V.
Oh, no, geez, I get it.
We're going to get 1.5 inches to 2.5 inches of clearing or contact there, and we're sitting right around 2, so we're in good shape here.
That's about what you want.
Yep.
Did you have to adjust it at all, or was
Nope,
it there?
No, I didn't figure I would. Usually don't have to get into that until you start replacing openers, but
Okay.
depending on how many acres you're going to run across, I'd say this is probably going to be last spring for these openers, and then we do, next year.
Is that because of our rocks?
I think so.
Does that be 5,400 acres
Yeah, I really
in 2
think
years?
so. Just the amount of nicks and grooves cut in them, I think the rocks are really tearing you up here.
So we're gonna start pulling the meters off right now. I'm gonna yank the meters off and pull the brush belts out here. Caleb's gonna come along and do his thing because he's the professional. Take a look inside everything here. We're gonna check all the openers, check the scrapers, make sure the gauge wheels are set right. Planting stuff. They're fairly easy to pull apart here. If you remember from last year, you can pull this whole meter right off, and then this lid comes off. Set it up out of your way, and then you can yank the belt off, which is the magic piece that makes this thing so accurate. Pull the one sensor out. You dropped it.
That's where I wanted it.
Setting gauge wheels?
Yes, sir.
What's your rule of thumb on that? I've heard a few different.
So, get this one back up here. So, that one's not bad. I'm gonna give it just a quarter turn, just a little bit tighter. I wanna see it stop before that, about a turn, turn and a half before it stops.
Okay.
So, just take this guy here loose.
We got Zeph up front here, doing his tractor thing.
I'm in my zone here, man.
You're in your zone. This is what this is your
This is
expertise.
This is my forte.
There you go.
If it's got an engine and a transmission, I'm your guy.
That's your thing.
That's my thing.
After these messages, we'll be right back. Hey, it's that time of the month. The time of the month when I tell you guys about our Simply Safe home security system. I do get asked about it a fair amount, and yes, we had it shipped directly to our door. Yes, I did all the installation myself. You can see everything you need to see from the app right here on your phone. It's also got the handy dandy keypad. I installed panic buttons. There are a couple in the shop. There are a couple in the house. We've got temperature sensors. We have got glass break sensors, motion sensors. They've even got water sensors right there in case you'd have an issue. Which we have, not since we installed Simply Safe, but we have had water issues. They're no fun. It really is easy to set up, and it gives you peace of mind in case you're gone from home. You can lock the doors at night and know if anybody breaks a window, comes through a door, there's a carbon monoxide issue, Simply Safe has got your back. And you can control it all right here.
Simply Safe on
the phone app.
home.
Heck, you can even log into the indoor cameras and see that your niece is having a party at your own house while you're on vacation in Mexico, and you can hear everything her and her friends are saying. Oddly specific. It was extremely satisfying to hit that button and talk to them and let them know that we could hear them and we could see them. I'm a big fan of the outdoor cameras as well. They're completely wireless, and you can put those handy dandy little solar panels on them so you never have to worry about the batteries. If you guys happen to be interested in your own Simply Safe security system, you can actually save 20% right now when you sign up for an interactive monitoring plan, and you can get your first month for free. All you got to do is visit simplysafe.com/millennialfarmer. You said no issues so far?
No issues so far.
Other than maybe that belt's getting down there a little.
Yep, I think might throw a new belt on there, but you can get that gauge that I was talking about to, check the width on there. You can get that from parts. You can throw a new belt on there and then grease this up whenever you service the engine for this spring.
What else are you checking under here?
Checking the exhaust manifold, making sure we don't have any leaks or broken exhaust manifold studs. We got the hood in the service position so I can get a better look at the turbos and the EGR, making sure we don't have any leaks there or any broken clamps, stuff like that. Looking at the wiring on top of the engine, make sure the Mickey Mouse and the gang hadn't been in there and ate your wiring up. So,
We have some of those.
Yeah.
Caleb, what do you want me to do now? I got all your brushes out. Snap them apart?
Yeah, go ahead.
Is it critical to keep them where they go?
Yeah, we need to keep them.
Okay.
Not so much the row, but I want to keep that brush with that meter.
That brush with that meter, okay. Is it weird being around two guys that just talk to their cameras all day?
I'm used to it. It is a little different, for sure. And what I'm looking for on the belt is I like to take a look at the back side, make sure none of this coating is peeling off, anything like that. And I just do a quick visual inspection, make sure I'm looking for a big crack or something, or a bunch of missing bristles.
Okay.
So on every one of them, you'll see this.
That's where it's sat over
Where
winter.
it's sat over winter, that's completely fine. That'll come right out of it once it rolls. Take a look at this top roller. Just make sure it spins freely, doesn't catch, doesn't bind on anything. Springs, make sure there's nothing's going on there. The cam works good, like freely, like it should. That one looks good. We'll put that one back
Throw her
together.
back together, okay. There's the guts inside the meter. So we detension our belt here. Just got a cam lever. Pull the belt out. Check it for any wear or cracks. Make sure your pulleys are in good shape. Got a couple extra pieces in here. We got a sensor to look at. Everything comes apart by hand. And as long as everything looks good and spins free, piece it back together, tension it up, move on to the next one. Caleb, I got a question.
Yes, sir. Okay.
There's one.
So this is exactly what we're looking for here. So that's not terrible. I mean, that would definitely go another year. I don't see if you can run your fingernail across it and it doesn't catch. But that's what we're looking for, is any deep grooves cut like that.
Is that from the seed, or did it get...
Yep, seed rides just right down in there like that. So the seed's always going to be cruising right around in here. And that's what he's doing. As he's turning, that belt's turning, he's dragging that seed across there and getting a little trench cut.
So 10 of them looked fine.
Yep.
Why does
Yep.
this one look like this?
Hard to say.
Got pumped out of the Chinese metal factory on the wrong day?
Possibly, but I mean, I wouldn't replace that one yet. You know, you're getting a little bit of groove there, but nothing I'd be concerned with yet. But that's why we want to take a look at them, make sure we don't have one that's got a real deep groove.
Biggest downfall of being on YouTube is you just can't turn the radio on. Drives me nuts working in silence. Zeth just said him and Caleb like rock. So when you say rock, you're talking like Kelly Clarkson or Matchbox 20 maybe?
More like Wage War.
Wage War?
5-finger death punch.
5 FTP?
Yeah, metalcore, metal, hard rock.
Oh, okay. Well, that kind of rock. You boys like bacon cheeseburgers, or you vegan? I'll get you one. Onion rings, fries, or tots?
Fries.
Fries. Bacon cheeseburger?
Sure.
Onion rings, fries, or tots?
That's a hard decision.
He went with fries.
Then I'm going with tots.
Then I'll just throw them for a loop and I'll get the rings.
Oh man, they're not gonna know what to do.
Brushes are all cleaned up and done. I'm gonna go get lunch. I can't see anything. Lunch is here. What'd you do to it?
So we got a little bit of mess on the floor now.
A mess on the floor.
Yeah. It's
That happens.
I
Yeah,
had to do some digging.
I've seen worse. What are you checking back here?
Well, I needed to make sure that I could get to this air compressor and to the drain valve and show where that is, so you can drain the water out of the air suspension system.
Oh, gotcha. I drain that constantly.
I found a couple wiring harnesses that weren't secured with the metal clips. They like go onto metal lines, and they were off, and the wires were just dangling. So
Really?
yeah. So if I didn't clear all that stuff out of there, I wouldn't have ever seen it.
Dig in. You want that? Leftover lunch? Not your thing? Me either. We got a hose rubbed through.
Fortunately,
It'd be a real easy one to get to,
all
huh?
the way down the draft.
Oh, that's nice. Inside the tube too, not on top. Does it run to that motor?
Yep, so that's going to be our inlet side.
Okay.
Motor.
You said that was this top left one?
Yep.
This one here.
Back pressure.
All right. Put this special little identifier on it. That way we know which end is which hose we're pulling on. And this one. Zeth has some pieces here that come right from Sloan Express. You can go online, order parts through them. But they've got caps here. Actually clear caps you can put right over the hubs here. That way you can actually see your oil level. Don't necessarily have to pull those plugs out. And where'd you say this wheel was from?
Sloan's Express, it's made by Camso, and it's a poly wheel. So the poly is a lot better than the rubber as far as, the life of it, lasts a lot longer, handles heat better. So generally, whenever we replace the mid rollers, we're going to a poly.
So once those original ones wear out, these are the ones you guys are generally putting on there.
Yeah.
And that has a lot to do with road time too, which we don't have many fields far away. So the ones on this tractor are in pretty good shape.
Yeah, they're in great shape.
We're gonna check the oil here on the hubs. Just takes a 3/4 inch socket, go through the 3 idlers here and the big one. There's 3 on the back side as well, 4 with this one. Perfect. That is right about where we want it. We want it right up to the bottom of that fill plug there so that it's draining out a little bit.
Get the dirt cleaned off of here so you can get to these.
That generation and their cameras, What did I do wrong? Why are you doing that?
Well, putting this one in, I noticed it was tracking to the side really hard. Now this one's nice and pretty well straight in the center of the cartridge.
Yeah? Oh yeah, it's pushed way off.
Yeah.
Oh, I need both hands again. Hub oil's good anyway. You figure anything out on that?
Yeah. So this top gearbox could come out of there. So what had happened, I don't know how, but one of these tabs was on the outside
Ah.
of the keeper, so it was cocking the pulley in there.
You're finished going through the tractor now, right?
Yep.
Okay, so we got a few things we got to hit on. Maybe replace the hub oil, you said.
Yep.
And those idler wheels. Fan belt. I'm going to get a gauge for that, but you said it looks by your eye like we probably want a fan belt.
Yep.
What else you got?
We got the depth tank vent, changing the transmission oil and the axle oil. So
Right.
I like to do that at about 1,500 hours, so you're right
Which-
there. And then also the hydraulic oil filters have never been changed.
That's pretty much it
Yeah,
for what you found?
yeah, not
I
too
think
bad.
that's about all I had on my list. There's a couple things in the planter. We need a scraper and a hose. Your channel now, ZK Master Tech.
Yeah.
You work with Sloan Implement and
Correct.
Sloan Express.
Well, I don't work for Sloan Express, but I try to talk about their products in my channel. So
Okay.
I work for Sloan Implement, which is a dealership that started back in 1931, I believe. So they've been around a really long time. They're one of the world's largest John Deere dealers. We have 22 locations. It's family owned. I started doing this YouTube channel because I wanted to show the world the technical side of agriculture. We see a lot of guys YouTubing like Millennial Farmer. We're seeing the farmer side of it, but I wanted to show what it takes to keep guys like you run it.
Right.
And then I also wanted to get younger people interested in becoming a John Deere technician, to use it kind of as a recruiting tool to show the cool stuff that we get to do and play with. Maybe they want to do that for their career. If you're interested in becoming a John Deere technician, you can go to Sloan's website, so www.sloans.com. There'll be a careers tab, and there's all kinds of stuff that you can do in the company. One of the things that I like to push is the Sloan's apprenticeship program for technicians. So we'll hire somebody with no experience, and we'll put them with an experienced technician, and then we'll just do all in-house training. But it allows you to train and work full time. It's a really great program to get your foot in the door.
You could be doing exactly like what Zeth and Caleb are doing here. It's kind of like working with Ferraris, but way cooler because it's tractors.
Way cooler. Okay.
We left a few shields off here so that I can get in here and do some servicing on some stuff, because this was really just an inspection to make sure we're getting ahead and doing some preventative maintenance stuff. So Jim and I probably in the next week or so, as long as this is in here, we'll take a look at it, and I got a list of things to go through and we'll do some maintenance. It's a good dog. You want in, good dog? Caleb's just running the tractor again. He said he's going to spin the meters over on the planter now that we've actually got the bowls in and the brushes set and every row unit is put together and inspected other than a couple things I got to fix. He's just going to run them through, make sure all the tests on the monitor show up all right. Then I think we'll fold it up and restack the shift. And I might go in the house and take like an overdose of NyQuil or something. What'd you find?
Looks great. Torque values all look good, running about even with each other, so it gets a good starting point. So
Awesome.
looks real good.
We're gonna fold this thing up. Got a little bit of work to do, a few things to service, a few things in the tractor. But for the most part, that was a good thing to go through. Well, Caleb and Zeth took off. We got this place restacked for the night, so everything's in here nice and warm. The rest of the family's off at a hockey tournament, so you know what that means. I love Simply Safe. Shucka, 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 shucka.